Question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I love the Lord, 'cause he first loved me. Though he died that I might be free. I was asked this question years ago, and the answer is still no. I was asked this question. It works. Hey, y'all. Y'all all right? It's 9 o'clock, and it's time to start this thing called Economy 101. And we've been trying to do this every Tuesday. And tomorrow we're going to extend it to a Wednesday, because tomorrow I want to talk about gold. There's some gold out in them darn hills. Today I want to talk about how to build wealth in a recession. How to build it in a recession. I didn't say you are wealthy. I didn't say I am wealthy. I said how can we all build it? Because I've been building wealth for years now. All right. And I want us all to build it together and then check up on each other. All right. Can we do that together? Huh? Pull out your checkbooks. What's in your wallet? Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the evening edition. Baby, come on in. The water's fine. The water's fine. The water's fine. The water is fine. The water is fine. The water is fine. That was a bad note. Charlene, I call her Charlene. How is you all right, Anderson? Melanie, hey, how you doing, child? And Miley said, hey, where your wife? Your wife around? She listening? Sheila, good to see you. God is watching. Good to see you. Deatrice Carter, good to see you. Eleanor, good to see you. All y'all there and the rest of y'all over here. Okay, let's talk about this thing called how to build wealth during a recession. We're in one right now. Rosalind, we're in one right now. Actually, we are in a depression. You're like, huh? I didn't hear that on the news. I know you didn't. I'm telling you what I know. Rosalind, I said hello, didn't I? Regina, hello to you. Denise, hello to you. Lena, Laney, hello to you. Mm-hmm. We're in a depression. Stop waiting on the people who know all about the money. These men and women who spend all that time trying to tell you what the line and the graph's going to do, whether we're going to be in one or we're not, we in it. Ask the 40 million people who's not working today. Ask them, are they in a recession or depression? Ask the people who are lining up for hours in a line just to get a bag of groceries from the soup kitchens and the food places, okay? Ask them, are they in a recession or a depression? Recession or depression? Just ask them. Trust me. They'll tell you the truth. Good evening to you, Michelle Smith. We are in a depression. And it's bad for many people out there. All right, so let's talk about what do you do. For those of you who still got your job, still got a little savings, or maybe you don't, but there's still some things that you can do. Graphs does not buy food. There you go. Or the essentials. That's it, God is watching. The graphs just don't do it. So I want to talk about three asset classes here. This show is brought to you by my friend over there at Marko from WhiteBoard Finance. All right. And I borrow from a lot of these cats, and they borrow from me too. Marko don't borrow from me, but some of these cats I look on YouTube and I say, he was watching my show. He got my whole opening and everything. It just, what's the greatest, what they say about the greatest, what's the saying? I can't even start the saying. Emulation is the greatest form of flattery or something. I don't know, but I'm flattered. I don't have no problem with folk taking my stuff. I don't care. Okay, it just flatters me. All right. So the 3 asset classes, and I don't know. Pitts may not be here. It's a little early. Imitation. Yes, Regina. Yes, Regina. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about your net worth opposed to your gross. Okay, Bajaria, good to see you. Now, man, imitation is the highest form of flattery. There it is, right there. Hey, Michelle Carter, I got your email. Yeah, I'm praying for y'all down there. It's getting rough down there where she is, y'all over there on the east. It's getting bad over there in Philly. Praying for you. So you guys are giving your monies to the church. Oh God. Charlie Milam, you praying for me? Huh? You and your wife praying for me? Where's Sakina? Is she up? Y'all praying? Huh? Cause this comes out by fasting and praying. Huh? But God is sovereign. He will see us through this. Yeah, he will. Oh, he's already seeing us. And not that he will. He's seeing me through it. And you too, launching. Yeah. You guys are giving your monies to the church. Okay. All right. That's your asset. You bought it. Yeah. You was part of the building fund. You put the money down and they went to the bank and the bank gave them a loan and y'all built the church. It's yours. Enjoy it. And if you want to keep it going as an individual who are part of a big pot of people, keep doing it. It's yours. You understand? It's yours. Had to take a breather because what I'm about to say. Okay. Yeah. It's yours. It's your asset. It belongs to you. When I walk into the library, it's mine. Why? I pay taxes. I pay local and national taxes. You understand? The library is mine. And when it's open, I go in there and do library stuff. It belongs to me. When I walk into the park district, it's mine. I paid for that sod and that swing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I'm paying taxes and I'm in trouble financially, I go to the place where I've been putting in the pot, the government, the city, the state, and they help me with things, with services and programs, unemployment stuff and public aid stuff. Okay, why? Because I paid into the pot. It's mine. I'm just getting out what I put in. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those of you who are part of a church, you putting into a pot, and when you go to the church, you should be able to enjoy the building. You should be able to use the restroom when you want to. You should be able to jump and shout and drink from the faucet and walk around and do those stuff that you do in churches. It's yours. All right. You paid for it. The only difference is when you need help, financial help from the church, will you get it? Will you get it? Because I get financial help from the government. I get financial help from the government. Will you get financial help from the church? Huh? Oh, Shay Martin, so good to see you. I'm trying to do this in a practical. I'm not screaming like I usually do. I usually scream, y'all. I ain't screaming today. Veronica, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. Do the church? Do the church come back and say, listen here, you've given us at least 20 years you've been paying your tithe and offering, and now you're out of your job, so here we're going to give you a stimulus. Huh? No one and no help from the church? Can't get it. No. You can't. Okay. By what y'all saying, yeah, yes, those that need help gets it. Sylvia says those that need help get it. Can y'all ask Sylvia what church she belonged to? Because I'm joining that church. I'm joining Sylvia's church. It depends on the church. Same. Some yes. Most no. Now, I will say that in my church, when the chips were down, my pastor came through for me on several occasions. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He came through for me on several occasions. And not just me, but several of the members. Because he realized they put in. Now, my church is small compared to the thousands and thousands of churches out there to tell you, this ain't a handout. But they expect that money every week on time, tithe and offerings. Now, here's the problem that I have with giving to the church. It's the promise of the return. I have said this over and over again to many of you, and y'all been listening, and some of you have not. So I'm going to keep saying it until you get it. The problem I have with giving to the church is the promise of the return, the ROI. What is the rate? Okay, or the return on your investment financially. Don't give me all that spiritual stuff. You understand? Don't give me all that spiritual stuff. I gave you a natural dollar. Can I get a natural dollar back? Don't give me all that spiritual stuff. All right? An eye for an eye. For the same, you don't plant an apple tree in the ground, seed of an apple tree in the ground, and get oranges back. Do you understand? It's seed for seed. For the same measure you sow, you reap. You can't tell me because I put $1 in the church that my mama gonna get healed. That's a different, I don't need to give you anything for healing. God says I should be able to go to him myself. I shouldn't pay for healing. You understand? Do y'all understand? You have to complete an application and explain why you allowed yourself to get in the situation. Cecilia, Elizabeth. Yeah. Now, you talking about the church or are you talking about the government? Yeah. Because the government don't even ask me all that stuff. They just say, you need? You know how many people got PPPs and all this stuff? It didn't really have to explain much or nothing. It just said, listen, I got a business and we lost this and we lost that. And the government was kicking in all these stimulus checks to all these people. They just was giving it to people. Now, some of those people are in trouble because then the government finally went back and said, you know what, we gave out a lot of money. Let's go back and see what's going on. Oh, wait a minute. This man said he had a business. Thank you, Lena. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the super chat. I used to do stuff over here. Okay, let me do one right there. Yeah, there it is. Blessings to you. Most don't. Some will have you jump through. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You have financial counseling first. Yes, Michelle. All right. So some of the churches, praise God, some of them will take you through that rope. At least they are concerned that you're not going to spend that money on wine, women, and song. Okay. Most, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So, where you put your money in, you need to now reevaluate it. Why are you putting your money into that source? Okay, reevaluate it. Now, I'm not against giving to churches. I do Sunday school here at the house, and I don't put my CashApp up there. I put the church's CashApp down there every Saturday when I do Sunday school. I put my church. I'm not even the pastor there, all right? But I put my church app website down there so you can give. And then when I'm there at the church, 9:30, I do Sunday school again, and I put the app there. And then 11 o'clock, they ask for money again, all right? I'm there. Understands? I believe in giving the churches if the church is giving back out. We have a food program there at the church. We also have worldwide missions at our church. Do you understand? Now, we do have bills, but our money is going to diverse places. It even goes towards salaries, all right? We're feeding people. All right. I mean, meaning the people who are on salary, they depend on the salary so that they can eat and pay their bills. So that's why I'm not against giving to churches. Although, but when the church is telling you that God is ordering this because you're going to get some kind of return on this, there's a problem there with the context of what y'all been studying in the scriptures, and it can turn into witchcraft and control, and I need you to be very, very careful. Please be careful with that, because when you go back to this, listen, people have been getting, there's so many churches have been getting in trouble with some of the judges where these women have been going and suing churches because they said that the church promised me a return on my investment through tithing, and they said that I have I'll receive no room, I'll have no room to receive, and we've been paying tithes for years, and I'm yet to see that receipt, and so they've been suing the churches. Oh, it's going to get much worse. It's going to get much worse, and that they're going to come down on these churches for this. Get ready for that. All right. Our bishop asked us if there was a financial need to come to him, and I haven't, but I'm sure others did. Sylvia, I'm joining your church. I'm joining your church. Now, I like my church. My church has been good to me. So maybe I'll join your church after a few more years, okay? All right. Yeah, I'm going to your church. That's a good church right there. You got some good seed there. I came to my brother-in-law's ministry because it is a benevolent ministry, feeding and clothing. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Come on. Michelle Smith said, what? Wow. Yeah, there's churches out there that are like that. I know white churches that have a fund where they give loans. When I lived in South Dakota, yeah, the church I was a member of that church, but I was associated with that church where they were actually giving out loans. All right, so they're out there. So I put all that up so that I can talk about your net worth. What is your net worth? It is your assets minus your liabilities. Everybody learned this in grammar school. Your assets. This is what you own. All right. This is a PVO, positive vibes only. Let's use this as an example. Hope you got your mugs. All right. Did y'all get your mugs? Remember when I did that show? All right. Kind of bright in here so you can't see it. PVO. Get your mugs. We have a small church, but we are mighty. Come on, God. God is watching. That's why your name is God is watching, because he's watching you in that small church. So here's your asset. All right. Do you still owe on this asset? All right. So it's the asset minus the liability that is owed on it, and that is equal your net worth. Okay. My dad's church checks the members' financial history and pain before they lend a hand. Come on, Frank. You always frank with me, ain't you? I gotta meet you someday. I gotta meet you, your whole family, y'all. Let's shake the COVID off, and you invite me over. All right. I want to sit with the family and have dinner and supper, and you and the husband and the children and all them hands. I just want to sit down and just dine with you, because you frank. You always frank. Some churches give you a number when you join and you need help. They check the number to see how much you get. Yeah, I know, Eleanor. Man, I know that. Whew. What town you in, Veronica? What town are you? Now, if it's private, go ahead and inbox me. Because I know some people, I don't want folk to know where I live. All right? Yeah, let me know. I might be been passing through there and y'all cooking some pork rinds. I might stop by and say hello to the family. Okay, so you bought your car for $25,000. You bought your car for $25,000, and now you owe about $10,000. Okay, you bought it for $25,000. You've been paying on it, all right, because you got a loan for $25,000. You've been paying on it, and now you're down to $10,000. So your net worth is $15,000. All right. So the asset is also the liability, because what's attached to it? The loan, your house. You paid It was you paid $50,000 for it, but you got a loan for it, and you paid into it, so you got some equity built into it, and what's left, well, there you have it. That is your net worth. That's how it works. All right, you'll inbox me. Thank you, Frank. See, I know how this works. Thank you. Okay. So let's talk about the three assets here, the three asset classes. The first one we're going to talk about real estate. The next one we're going to talk about the blue chip dividends, and the next one we're going to talk about precious metals. How about that? Those three. Just today. Next time we do our show, we're going to go more in detail on stocks and bonds, and then precious metals. We'll go more into that later on as we continue these shows. Tomorrow, I think I might want to focus on gold, how to buy gold, what are the types of gold, and what is the purpose of buying gold. I'm going to say it just a little bit here, but real estate, all right, African Americans have become wealthy through real estate. Those in the civil rights era, I went to Atlanta, Georgia, walked up and down Auburn Avenue with my daughter and my son. It was one of the most precious moments I've had with my daughter. It was a learning experience with her because she was seeing things that she had never seen before, where the stuff that she watched on TV with Abernathy and MLK and Johnson and many of the civil rights leaders from John Lewis to CL, all right, many of them, she began to walk down the streets where they were, and you can see the pride that come over her. But those houses on Auburn Avenue were owned by African Americans. It was one of the wealthy areas. When we look at the old movies, the old documentaries of the civil rights documentaries, we think that these people were just some poor country bumpkins, but they were not. Many of them did pretty good for themselves, and many of them did better then than we are right now. Even if you're making $50,000, they're doing better making the 25 back then than we are making the 50 today because of the rate of the inflation rate that the dollar is worth today. It's not worth as much today as it was when they were making 20,000 back then. And 20 grand in the 1950s and 60s, you was considered well off. I've been buying gold a lot lately. Blingy. All right, go on, get your bling on. All right, so real estate. My father built generational wealth in my family because of real estate. Don't be afraid of real estate, especially during this time. And I know there's going to be a big eviction going on and what have you, but this is the time for rich people to get wealthier because of this. All right, very important that you pay attention. Hey, I'm going live tomorrow? The Lord gave me a word. Okay, all right. Periscope. All right, Manning. Go ahead, sir. All right. I got to find a way to check it out. I'm trying to see how you going to give me the information. So you purchased a building for $30,000. Okay. ATL is a mecca for African Americans. Sure is. Yes, I love ATL. Love it. I go once a month to see my grandson and my son and my brothers down there as well. It's a great place for African Americans, and there are a lot of wealthy African Americans there. Go to alux.com and they'll tell you some of the wealthy places where African Americans are, and Atlanta, Georgia is on that list. You purchased a building for $30,000, all right? You can find these sales, especially now. The United States is for sale right now. If you got a little nest egg, the United States is for sale. During the recession, more people made millions during the recession of 2008, and more people will make a killing during this 2020 recession, all right, than they did during the good times. Why? Because the United States is on sale and the prices are getting ready to drop. A crash is coming, and that's when a lot of people jump in there so they can buy up. All right. So you purchase a building for $30,000, and then you rent out that building for $1,000 a month. Now, how long does it take for you to get your $30,000 investment back if you're renting it out for $1,000? Understand? And that's if you bought this place for 30 grand and it's only one apartment, all right, or if it's a house. Well, how long does it take 1,000 to go into 30? Don't take long, do it. That is a great return on your investment. Well, what if it's a building and you've got 2 apartments at $1,000 a piece? How long does it take to $2,000 a month to get to 30 grand? Can you imagine buying that piece of property and then having another one and then start buying another one? Okay, that's how quick that's how African Americans became wealthy this way. All right, and most Americans became wealthy quicker that way through real estate. All right, so you bought it for 30 grand, you are renting it for $1,000 a month, but here's the other factor that you're not seeing. Over time, that piece of property is rising its worth. All right, it's appreciating. A property or real estate is not supposed to depreciate. All right, unlike your car, which depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot, but real estate appreciates over time. All right, and so especially when gentrification comes to your town, which happens and is happening all over the United States in these urban towns, and gentrification comes, and then your property, shoot. My father's property now, when I was living there, it might have been worth $100 grand. But when I know white folks start moving into his area, his place now, trust me, you can get it for a cool $1 million or more. Okay, because the white folk came to town. All right, so it's a great return on his investment over so many years. All right, so it's now worth $100,000. You paid $30,000 for it. It's now worth $100,000. So you have an opportunity or choice to whether keep everything now after the $30,000 investment. Everything after that is pure income. It's pure cash flow from that moment on. All you're doing is paying for the property tax and maybe some upkeep and maintenance and and maybe a utility here and there. But outside of that, it's pure revenue for you. Okay, cash flow. Or you can sell the place for capital gain, and that's why they call house flipping. So I paid $30,000 for it. I fixed it up, built it up, put some tenants in there, and now it was worth $100,000, and then I sell it for $100,000. That's capital gain. You understand? And then I keep doing it, and I keep flipping, and there's men and women have become millionaires just by doing it that way. Understand? All right, so that's real estate. So if you want to build wealth in recession, then real estate is the way to go. And you don't have $30,000, but maybe you have good credit and you go down to your bank, all right, and you can get that loan, and then you go finding places. If you live in a nice, a large enough urban town, trust me, there are buildings everywhere. If you live in Detroit, MG, I know too many people from Chicago own a lot of property in Detroit. All right, when they filed for bankruptcy, folks was running to Detroit buying up property left and right, cheap. All right, and they were fixing them up and then moving people in there, and I'm sitting at home collecting rent from a place, and then you just hire somebody to fix the place while you here in Chicago, and that's how people make their monies in real estate. Now, real estate may not be for you right now, down the road maybe, or maybe never, but you don't have to buy physical property. You can actually invest in real estate through the stock market, through ETFs. I will talk about that as we do our stock market shows, but you don't have to be the person who go out and buy and find real estate. Someone else can do it for you, all of the work for you, and you just buy into the company. You just buy stock, okay, into the real estate sector. Understand? A lot of my coworkers migrated to Atlanta when jobs started merging and folding in Philly in 1983. Okay, we call Atlanta Little Philly because most of our acquaintances have businesses and property there. Wow, Michelle Carter, you know a lot about Philly and Atlanta and Chicago. You are all around weather girl. You need to run for an office or something. Sirwalterj, you may invest $30,000 to purchase the property, but you have to include renovations. Any property you buy here in Chicago, you definitely have to do renovations. Yes, absolutely. You didn't hear me say renovation? I said it earlier. You didn't hear me say that? God is watching. Oh, yeah. I come from a family of carpenters. Trust me. That's all we do is renovate. That's all we know how to do is renovate. All right? So you get you a good mechanic, and he can renovate that place for you and with you, what have you, and then it doesn't. The investment is worth it. If you buy a place for $30,000 and you put several $1,000s in renovation, you're still doing good, because a lot of times we who are African Americans who never lived that world, we are not patient enough, not realizing this is an investment for you. An investment doesn't come to you. You don't just put something in an investment and then 24 hours you get it back. Sometimes it takes years to get that return on your investment back. But once you're patient enough to wait a few years for the investment to come back, and then everything after that is pure profit for you, and you can actually live a long life and retire off of that one investment that you made one time, and you're good to go. It's like residual income. In the music business, I collect royalties. Sometimes they will call it residual income if you're an actor and you're in movies or media. And I write one song, and that song plays for years. If it's a hit song, and if it's standard, what they call standards, I'm living La Vida Loca on a one song, one hit wonder. I'm living that. I keep getting those checks every quarter. All right, can you imagine keep doing that over and over again in real estate? So yeah, you got to be patient. California is high, but my God will supply. Come on, I'm an escrow yes, Chris, I love that. Love it. Some fixing, but I'm hands-on. Yes, patiently waiting. Praise God. Come on in. Come on, Kevin. All right, so that's real estate. All right, the next one is called blue chip dividend stocks. Blue chip dividends is, again, I'm gonna speak do an entire show. I got to do several shows on stocks because this is something you just can't do one show on. It's a lot, but it's a great way to create passive income later in life. If you're going to jump into the stock market, think about the long run. Don't be doing all that day trading and penny stocks and all that stuff. Okay, some of that is gambling, but jumping in there with the idea of investing into your life long run, I would rather do the stock market than to do life insurance whole life. Do you hear what I'm saying? I have life insurance. It is term life. I do not buy whole life. It's too expensive, and I separate investment from insurance. There is a difference between the two. If somebody sold you on whole life, I'm sorry, for those of you who sell life insurance, I will not buy your whole life. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I believe in separating investment from insurance, because I'm going to talk about gold in a minute. So the best investment for me, outside of, if I'm not going to do life insurance as an investment, is the stock market, because there is it's cheaper. Economics was one of my strong points. You should be helping me with this then. Talking about should be one of your strong points. Okay, in high school, and I lived bi-coastal when I was younger. And that's what it is. You live bi-coastal. Well, that makes sense now. Yeah, that's what cost you. Yeah. That's good. The Acorn app. Yeah, Martin. There's several apps. I'm going to talk about all that stuff next week. The Robinhood app seems to be the most popular, but I think maybe it might be overrated. There's a lot of stuff out there. How do I get in touch with you, and do you have a Twitter? I do have Twitter. I'm rarely on it, though. I suggest you inbox me through YouTube or inbox me on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you can find me. Just type in Walter Jones or The Sirwalterj Jones Show. You see my face, and that's how you get with me. But why don't you just email me? giftedfriends1@gmail. giftedfriends1@gmail. Somebody put it there for me, and then email me, and then you can show me your Periscope link, and then I can go and watch you. I believe in supporting the people because they support me. So yeah, I believe in supporting you. If y'all go live, I'm gonna watch you. Yeah. James said, "You still teaching?" I took a break, man. I'm back now. I'm blinkety black. Are your links for stock investing there's what? Are your links for there's where? What do you mean there? There where? I haven't put any links for stock investment anywhere just yet. I posted a link on the chat. You did? On YouTube, Manning? Okay, I'll have to go look at it. If you did on YouTube, I'll check it out. I cannot afford Whole Life. I think that it was designed to rip us off. Yep, I'm looking for a backup. Yep, Whole Life, I believe it is a rip off. I'm sorry to tell y'all, it is. Here's my email. Email me there. And I check that more than anything. I check that every 5 minutes. I'm checking that email. So if y'all want to contact me through that. Everyone should read the book Home Wreckers. All right, Peabody, I got to get that. Or I said I had previous videos on stock market. I do have previous videos on stock market. But I hadn't done that teaching in so long. It's been about a year, maybe, on my YouTube channel. If you're on the YouTube channel, Chris, I don't know where you're watching me from, YouTube or Facebook, but if you go to my YouTube channel, the Sirwalterj Show, and go down in my videos, you'll see some of my teaching on the whiteboard. I used to have a whiteboard behind me, and I taught on the market. I don't remember if I put links on it, but I will be doing a lot of that stuff in the coming days. Yes. Thank you, Cecilia Johnson. Blessings to you. I see what you did in the CashApp. Blessings to you. I don't know if you're on here, but I see what you done. I bless your house. Term life is cheaper, but after a while, don't it drop after many years? Michelle Smith, yes. 25, you got a 20 year, 25, 30 year, 50 year. Okay. I mean, depending on the company, depending on the term, and you better pay attention to it, because when it elapses, then it doubles. You got your premiums coming out of your check automatically, and then before you know it, when it elapses, they don't tell you, they don't send you a letter, and then it's like whoop. When after it elapsed after 10 years, you're like, whoa, why is my premium so high? Because you didn't check it out. Okay, I see the Home Wreckers link there, Kevin. All right, I see that. I gotta check that out, man. That's good stuff. I'll look at it. YouTube. All right, thank you. You're welcome, Chris. It's on my YouTube channel. So the blue chip dividend stocks. Some of you, if you want to dive into the stock market, you got a couple of ways to invest in it. You can either buy blue chip. That's pretty much a company that's bona fide, like an Amazon or an Apple or something like that. That's a blue chip stock. Okay, not somebody who just got some company who just went did an IPO or a public offering, and then they're in there, and then no, that's not blue chip. That's somebody who's been in there a long time, like IBM or someone. All right, and they pay a dividend out to the investors. Okay, and you got to be careful of that. Now, during the recession, I see. You've got to calculate yourself when buying blue chip stocks. I actually prefer ETFs. All right, I prefer ETFs because then you can diversify your portfolio better that way than just buying one stock. All right, especially something like blue chip. Yeah, thank you, Emma Rogers. Generational Wealth. There's the link. She posted there. There's the link on YouTube. Generational Wealth, and I did a few of those classes. Go back to those if you can. I remember Susie Orman said a long time ago, if you can't afford to lose it, don't invest in stock. Yes. And people have agreed and disagreed with Susan Orman. Even Robert Kiyosaki don't like, he hate the stock market. He don't like it. Now Susan Orman is in the stock market, but she's right. If you can't afford it, but you can afford knowledge. Once you gather the knowledge, you can take your $100 and do okay. Believe it or not, but you gotta stay in there over time. All right. So who else is it? What's the white guy, the preacher? He's not a preacher, but white evangelicals like to quote him a lot. the finance man. What is his name? All right, he'll sometimes go against Susie Norman. Okay, so you gotta weigh your options here and do your own due diligence and study. Ramsey, right? So these cats, they're just they're giving you their opinions, and they're giving you what's working for them as well. But even when I'm studying the Bible and I'm listening to some of these teachers, I don't always agree with them because I believe the Lord gives me some things that they don't give them. All right, because some things are individual. Yes, because Susie Orman says don't pay your bills during the pandemic. I can't get with that. Yes, I heard her say that, and I fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe she said that. And I don't think that is an exclusive for everybody. I think that is only to a certain group of people, group of people. But I would never advise that. You should always pay your bills in the good and the bad times. Pay your bills because they're not forgivable. Dr. Boyce Watkins is another great one. Yeah, if you can get through him cussing, Dr. Boyce Watkins he's a great teacher of the stock market. All right? Pay your bills. The Bible even says to owe no man. If you get to a place where you just can't handle it, then yes, you may have to file for a bankruptcy, but that is to restructure. Okay, I know bankruptcy seems to be a cop out for a lot of people. They just jumping in the bankruptcy here because companies file for bankruptcies not because they're getting ready to close their doors, but many of them do it because they want to restructure their finances. You understand? So they can get a better hold of it. So pay it, because not paying your rent or not paying your mortgage or not paying your car note for several months, they don't forgive it. They don't forgive the back payment. Okay, they may put it on the end of the loan, but they don't forgive it. You still got to pay it. So why get so caught up in not paying it for 3 or 4 months, and then now the money's came back to you, you got your job back, what have you, now you want to start fresh. They're like, no, you still owe 5 months. Why would you do that? Pay your bills now if you can afford it. And if you cannot afford it, you can't squeeze turnip out of a kumquat. I get that. And maybe that's what she was meaning. He cusses a whole lot. Turns me off. Frank. Yeah, he do too much cussing. And I can't understand how a man is that old. I don't know if he got any children. And you can't find the proper King's English to use. It is just indecent to use that kind of language in public. I can't understand how you're that intelligent and have to use that kind of language. It baffles me. It does. Good night to you, Manning. I call you Manning because I don't know your real name, but Manning Progressive Church of Jesus. Yeah, that's not professional. Not at all. It's just a cop-out. And that comes from his street. So, I know he always watch my show. Hey man, clean up your act, man. I still follow you. I like your financial advice, but your mouth, man, clean that up. Mitzi, good to see you. Sometime when y'all say good night, I don't know if you meaning bye, I'm out of here, or good night to you. How are you? Say bonjour or something. I don't know. I rented to Caesar what Caesar. God is watching. That's it. Okay, dividend stock. The price per share has been cut considerably through recessions. So if you want to buy into dividend stock, then it's a good time to buy into it in the recession because the price per share has been cut. So you want to buy into, when the stock market crash, you jump in there and buy because the price has been cut. Make sure it's a strong company. If you're going to buy blue chip stock, make sure it's strong, it's bona fide, all right? And the rate of inflation is about 2%, okay? That's what the rate of inflation is right there. And you've got to make sure that the inflationary rate of the company stays up to par with the inflationary rate that's going on right now. All that stuff may seem like, science fiction right now, but when I get into my stock market classes, and you'll understand. Though we're all in this together mentality, lasted for about 2 weeks, with Americans shortly thereafter understood that this was an individual voyage. Yep, and the decisions you make will, yes, you. That's why I said y'all can miss me with Black Lives Matter. Rebecca Lives Matter, Walter Lives Matter, Walter Jr. Lives Matter. Okay, this new baby that's coming Lives Matter. Y'all fend for yourselves, because I gotta look after my family. I can't keep wasting time trying to figure out what Mitzi and Michelle doing over there. I gotta look after mine. Sounds selfish, don't it? I don't care. Cussing is the lazy person's way of trying to be emphatic. Yeah. I have some. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Roland Martin. Yeah, he's a cusser too, but he's extremely informative, ain't he? I just can't take it. Ain't Boyce out south by us? Yeah, he used to hang around Chicago a lot. Then he went out to Atlanta, and then he moved out of the country. All right. Now, where he is right now, I have no idea. Do I recommend Weeble? Absolutely. I almost swear by Weeble. You understand what I'm saying? They give free stock. If you pay your debt off, you will feel. Yep. There's a sense of accomplishment when you pay your debts off. Trust me. I paid off all my credit cards during the recession. Now, ain't that about nothing? For years, I couldn't pay off my credit card debt. While things were doing great for everybody, I couldn't pay it off. And when the government shut down all my credit cards, I wasn't just paying them the little monthly $25 a month. I was doubling up that money on all of them, and just maybe a week or two ago, I paid them all off. All of them. All right? And I said, that's the first time I've ever done that before. And I have several credit cards. Paid them all off. I owe nothing on my credit cards. It's the first time in I almost said my life. The first time in many years that I've been debt-free of credit card debt. All right? And now my FICO score, when it comes around, it's going to be another couple days from now. It's almost the end of the month. All right? When they refresh the FICO scores, guess what's getting ready to happen to my FICO score? Hello. And then what's going to happen? Then they're going to start throwing me offers, credit card offers, and car financing offers, and loan offers. They're going to start throwing all that stuff at me. Man, come buy this house offer. They're going to start throwing all that stuff at me. And I'm going to say, no, thank you. I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. Kept two, but paid them off. Yes. I paid off my credit cards. I have no credit card debt. Ooh, Regina, let's rejoice together. Let's rejoice together. Me too. Come on, Mitzi. Praise God. Let's get rid of it. Would be awesome if you could itemize credit card interest. Yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. I know I joke a lot, but congratulations, brother. Real talk. That's what's up. Thank you, James D. Foster. Keep joking, though, because you are the funniest man I know on live. You know, your comedy is brilliant, actually. And it keeps me sane. Right. Get rid of the credit cards. Now, I ain't going to get rid of them. I'm not going to get rid of it. Y'all forgive me for coughing. It's kind of dry in here. I don't want to get rid of it, but I'm using it as leverage. I'm using it as leverage of my FICO scores. I'm paying off my debt at my own. Yes, do it at your own pace. Yes. Come on. Working on that now. Praise God. Just don't make the mistake I made years ago. Do not close the account. Thank you, Pitts. Don't do it. Notice I said don't get rid of them. Don't do it. Do not close the accounts. Keep them. You can cut the cards up if you want to. That's fine, but keep them open. Because you don't have to use cards today to buy stuff. So what do you do with that, with the cards? This is still a debt-based economy. We need debt. Debt is good. Don't get rid of debt. You need it to survive. You need it. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. You need debt. Debt is your friend, and rich people use debt. Fortune 500 companies use debt to their advantage. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So whenever I need an item, I don't care if it's a $1 bubble gum. I go and use my credit card to buy the bubble gum. I go into debt to buy the bubble gum. Jalen says, "Can you explain why?" I'm getting ready to explain to you why. And this is how the rich stay rich. Let me tell you why I use my credit card, not so much my debit card. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. It will cause your credit score to drop if you cancel your cards. That's what Pitts is saying. Yes. They keep sending me offers for credit cards and loans, telling me that it will make my credit even better if I open up new accounts. Frank, that is true. It will. It will. But once you get to a certain limit, you don't need it. I built my entire credit report high with one card, one credit card. It was a Bank of America, and it was what do you call it? Oh Lord, man, I lost. Where I put $300 on the card and opened up the account. What do you call it? I forgot. Y'all gonna help me out with it. Sometimes it'd be the simplest thing, and I just blank out. There's good debt and bad debt. Yeah, it's a very feeling. Yeah. So let me show you how I did it. Thank you, secured. Thank you, the actress. Whew, I just couldn't. It was so. it was right there. Yeah, secure is what I'm trying to say. No, I don't fool with them prepaids. Who said it? Somebody said it. Yeah, I don't fool with them prepaids. It was a secured card. Okay, so let me answer. Who was that asked the question? Why? I think it was Jalen Love. Okay, here's why. These cards, my credit score was in the mid 500s. This was years ago. It was embarrassing. So I knew if I applied for a card, it was going to get rejected. So that 540 credit score was going to drop even further because I was going to get hit with what? Can somebody tell me? My credit score is 540. I fill out an application. I get rejected. My score goes down several points. That's a ding, which is called a what, y'all? On the credit report. Can y'all tell me? Now I don't know. I didn't know this was going to turn into a credit card show. I might as well stay right here and finish these other two maybe tomorrow. Okay. So I says, I can't do that. I got to stop doing that. So what did I do? I says, well, let me get a security card because I need help. Thank you, guys watching. It was a hard inquiry. Yes. Thank you, Tiffany. Hard inquiry. So I said, let me get a security card. So I walked into Bank of America and I says, I want a security card. Truly, y'all going to give me one because then the insurance is the $300 that I have in my hand. That is the insurance. Okay. And so I gave them the $300 and they right there on the spot, they gave me a credit card. And so I have $300 on the card to spend. So what did I do with that $300 on that card? I stopped using my debit card and I started using the $300 credit card to make all purchases. During that time, I didn't have a car, so I was renting cars every weekend to get back and forth to my gigs. And so I would go down there to Avis Rent-A-Car and charge the car. At that time, I think it was $200 deposit plus the cost of the car. All right, and then I would drive the car around, use it to pay the gas as well, and then I would return the car, and then they would release the deposit. But then they would take the charge of the car, keep that on the card. So what did I do? Every month, faithfully, I would take the money in cash, and then I would pay on the my secured credit card every month faithfully. What was that doing to my 540 FICO score? Every month it was doing this. Whoop. Whoop, every month, all 3 credit reports, whoop, every month on one card. They were trying to throw other cards at me. I was working at one card and kept raising my rate. You understand? That's what I was doing. So when I'm saying that debt is good, here's how debt is good, Jalen. Some of these cards, especially, who is that card? Credit, what is that? Capital One. Many of these cards, Capital One, Citibank, okay, and some of the other cards, they offer cash back. Yes, Chris, I paid it in full. And there's a utilization rate. You pay, you should never spend over 30%, or at least have over a 30% balance left on your card each month. Never have over 30% utilization on your card each month. That's what hurt your credit. So I was always paying it off in full, and that's why that sucker kept raising. Now, some cards actually pay you for using the card, Jalen. This is good debt. This is what Effie was saying. There's good debt and bad debt. The good debt. So I was getting these cards that give you cash back. So I was using it to buy bigger items that cost several $100s, you understand? And so every time I was using that card, they would give me the cash back. It was set up on the card. At the end of the month, I would have several dollars sitting on the card that I could use to do something with. It's like points on your Walgreens card or Walmart card or things like that. Those points, they add up every time you use it to purchase something, okay? They say, give us that card so that we can put points on the card. So that's what your credit card does. And that's how the wealthy stay wealthy. They use their credit cards so that the credit card can pay you back. Number 2, it is good for your FICO score if you're trying to buy a house or a car, or you just want to keep your score up in case of an emergency. You should always keep your score up. So use your card, and it benefits you twice. It benefits you because your FICO score raises, and it benefits you because it pays you back bonus points, cash. Do you understand, Jalen? Okay, always pay on time and more than minimum. And favorite, pay twice a month. That's a trick some people don't know. You pay it twice a month, because paying it twice a month make the FICO people think that you're not just paying on time, you're really on time. Okay, they can see that you're paying it twice, so it actually is beneficial to you to pay it off twice a month. Pay it twice a month, meaning you pay half one week and pay the other half the other week, and then it looks good on your score. That's a little trick that I learned. You're welcome, Jalen. Okay, Melanie is if it's the card, I just saw it. What's Melanie saying? Let me go up. Melanie said something. What you say, Melanie? Okay, I don't see what about the American Express Bluebird card? Is that what you're answering, Pitts? I replaced the old green card when you pay off the balance at the end of the month. It's a good card if you're disciplined, yes. Otherwise, it's a death trap, yes. 14%, 25%, not good. And these these credit cards at the end of the every year they have a fee. Some fee is $25, some fee is $59, some fees are several $100s. Some of these yearly fees are $500, okay, for a card, but they give you $50,000 credit limit. What in the world do a poor person need with a $50,000 credit limit on a card with a $250 a year fee on the card? What you need that for? And that's how people get into debt. That's how you get into debt. You know, well, you don't need nothing like that. And it's a psychological thing. You got that money there, and you think that let me stop, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Clock keeper. I think I've been on here too long. Also, good debt means a loan that has the potential to increase your net worth. Yes. Bad debt involves borrowing money to purchase depreciating assets. Yes. And that's what Effie, what time do you come in here? I mentioned all that. The blue card is $95 a year. You see what I'm saying? You can't afford that. You can't even afford the fee every year. So surely you can't afford to be putting a charge and stuff like that. It makes no sense. Don't forget the 524 rule. Y'all, I gotta go. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I want to talk more about blue chip dividends, and I want to talk about the PE ratio. Also on how to find stock and how to why you should invest in certain stock. So maybe we can talk about that tomorrow. Okay. I also want to talk about precious metals. What's the purpose of buying precious metal during a recession? We can talk about that tomorrow. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, the 2 o'clock hour, maybe. I don't know which one, 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I got to figure it out. I'm gonna push for the 2 o'clock. Baby girl want to go bike riding, so I'm hoping she's talking about in the evening when it's cooler. All right. Hey, listen, y'all. Great. I had a great time with y'all. Thank you for coming on in here, and I'm hoping that you're taking notes and discussing this with your family and trying to see what you can do to better your financial world. All right. It's going to be a good year for many of you. God is He's definitely going to show up in y'all's homes if you continue to practice these things that we're talking about here. All right. You're welcome, Frank. Again, inbox me. Let me know where y'all are so I can sit and have some pork rinds with the family. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Sorry. I will do. All right. Hey, call quit. Blessings to you. It says, Melanie said something. What did she say? The one you buy from Walmart. Okay. I'll read these after the show. I could not even get a cell phone. My friend couldn't get a cell phone. I had to sign for them. Yeah, that's sad, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm planning a FICO score show. So get ready, y'all. So I think I'm gonna do like Tuesdays and Wednesdays back to back for the financial shows, because it takes at least 4 shows a week to do that. So I'll get that going. Thank you, Clock Keeper. I gotta go. Be blessings to you too, Shantae. I appreciate you. Bye, y'all. Gotta go eat. Love y'all. Hey, take your financial thumb, hit the like button on YouTube. Hit it, and so they can turn blue as blue chips. All right, that's blue chip dividend stock. Blue. All right, and share this on YouTube and Facebook. There's about 66 of y'all left. All right. Bye.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.